Stephen A., you think the Knicks close it out tonight in Boston?
They better. And I'm going to tell you why they better. Because the Pacers are waiting. It's a team that I do not underestimate. It's a team that I do not minimize. Halliburton, Turner, Nembhard, Neesmith, these brothers can play. They are not scrub. Mathurin, let me not forget him when he keeps his temper, when he composes himself. The brothers can play, and they're exceptionally well coached by a future Hall of Fame coach and a champion in Rick Carlisle. We know what they bring to the table. I'm saying the Boston Celtics can beat them. They still got a $300 million player like Jaylen Brown. Last time I checked, Drew Holiday and Derek White, even though Brunson was giving it to them the other night. The bottom line is these guys are no joke, okay? Al Horford, you can never dismiss him. Pritchard, and what his contributions were off the bench, etc. Boston has a team that can beat the Knicks for Game 5. We all know this, but the New York Knicks need to prioritize taking them out because the Indiana Pacers are waiting, and you don't want to find yourself in a position where you're grinding and scratching your way into the conference finals while they're resting, sitting pretty, waiting for you to handle your business. New York Knicks need to finish Boston off tonight.
I'm going to go the other way. This is a very interesting game from a Boston perspective. They are not going to win a series. We know that. They're not beating them 3 straight times without Tatum. So we put that aside. What do the Celtics have in them? At home, lost the last 2. Now their best player is out for a year and a half. I'm not in love with this coach. They blew a 14-point lead in the third quarter there on Monday night after blowing 2 leads the other last week. Brown was terrible. Porzingis has given them absolutely nothing. What do they have at home as the defending champions in sort of a last stand scenario? I know Steve's point. Indiana awaits, but the Knicks are probably going to win Game 6, and they're going to win one of these 3 games, and they'll probably win Game 6. So I'm not going to approach this as, well, the Knicks need to match Indiana. I'm going to approach this as, what is Boston, emotional 36 hours, Udonis? What do they have psychologically, knowing they probably can't win a series, to try to defend a little honor down 3-1?
I mean, you just focus on one game. You don't focus on a series. You focus on one game. If I look around that locker room and if I tell my guys we got one game at home in front of our home crowd and all we need to do is get one and we can't do that, then I'm in the wrong damn locker room. I got to believe that we can get one. We needed Jaylen Brown. That was the Eastern Conference Finals MVP last year. We needed 30-point Jaylen Brown. We need the Porzingis that went into the Garden on April 8th and dropped 34 and gave them 8 eyeball sandwiches from behind the 3-point line. They need that kind of energy. And also, we need the Jaylen Brown that took the matchup against Luka on defense in the finals and took him out. And we need a rebounder. Jason Tatum was their best rebounder. They are a connected group of guys. They have championship heart expectation. I expect they win this game tonight, Stephen A. I don't expect them to win the series.
Listen. If I had to bet, they'd lose. They'd win tonight and lose Game 6 at Madison Square Garden. But I do think the New York Knicks are primed to take them tonight because I think without Tatum, the game comes down to the wire. Yes. And if it comes down to the wire, then the clutch play of the year, Jalen Brunson. The ball is in his hands, and we all suspect what's going to happen when it comes down to that. You're Jaylen Brown, however, who I believe in. The brother can ball. We all know this, okay? He's a 4-time All-Star. He's a champion. He's an NBA Finals MVP. You're the number 1 option now. Last time I checked, you got a $304 million contract. Tatum is down. If I'm Boston ownership, if I'm Boston's organization, if I'm the coach, if I'm his teammates, I'm looking for him to lead. He was the vocal leader last year and one of the leaders. We vacillated back and forth at times, wondering who was the number 1 option. I'm talking about last year, not this year, between him and Tatum. But obviously Tatum cemented that. But now your little bro is out.